this is Anna Segura with Illuminating Stories. Welcome back. Have you ever wondered why it's so hard for us to love ourselves in a way we truly deserve? The truth is, so much of life's harmful experiences, greed, and traumas can be eradicated if we truly learned how to love ourselves and have this innate sense of self-worth. As a matter of fact, no one was born being self-critical. It's a result of our upbringing and societal conditioning. This is one of the biggest lessons God's Spirit has been teaching me the past couple of years. And so today we're diving into the journey of self-love, understanding its challenges, and most importantly, giving you 6 practical steps to not only love, but to celebrate yourself. So if you're on a self-love journey and would like to learn more, then keep on watching. As an energy medicine practitioner and as someone who has undergone radical changes the past couple of years, the concept of self-love has been on the forefront of my client work as well as in my personal life. Self-love is about accepting yourself, both your strengths as well as areas of opportunities, understanding and prioritizing your needs, and extending the same kindness and compassion towards yourself as you do for others. It's about recognizing your worth, your needs, and your well-being and taking action to honor them. It actually drives your personal growth because through this process, you're actually acknowledging your flaws and working to address them. Society has conditioned us to believe that self-love is selfish and even narcissistic, but that couldn't be further from the truth. And here's why. First, self-love enhances your capacity for empathy and healthy boundaries. When you understand and fulfill your own needs, you're better equipped to recognize and respect the needs of others. Being selfish, on the other hand, is about prioritizing your own needs and desires at the expense of others. It involves a lack of empathy towards others, ignoring boundaries, and focusing primarily on short-term gratifications. And narcissism is incredibly harmful. And it involves this sense of grandiosity, superiority, and entitlement. It involves manipulation and exploitation of others for their own gain. And they do all this without any remorse or guilt. Narcissism can actually be a whole nother series. So for now, I'll just leave it there. On my own self-love journey, I asked God and Spirit, why is it so hard for us to love ourselves? And to that, I was asked to reflect on my own journey. The truth is, when I got called on this path, it was made very clear to me that I had to release a lot of things in my life. I didn't fully understand why at the time, but in the end, it taught me some valuable lessons about self-love and self-worth. When you place your worth in things and people outside of yourself, it opens you up to various manipulation tactics and abuse. The actions you take revolve around validation, wanting to feel chosen, which essentially sets you up for a life of servitude, to being controlled by other people's opinions of you, and unfortunately becoming a pawn to greed and capitalism. You become susceptible to betrayals and being taken advantage of, never feeling like you're enough. It makes it easy for you to give into societal pressures, competitive behaviors, and normalizing hierarchical structures that makes you and others feel less than, and tolerating abusive behaviors from others that you should never be tolerating to begin with. And you end up with a bunch of traumas and no tools to truly heal from them. And this cycle continues over and over again until you hit a breaking point. The point where you say, enough is enough. I don't deserve this. I deserve better. The truth is, greed cannot exist in the presence of self-love and self-worth because you realize you are worthy as you are and that no one is above or below you. When you truly love yourself and know your worth, you get to co-create your life by living authentically to your fullest potential. not what society tells you to be, need, or do. And that's when you become unstoppable. When you begin to attract abundance in all areas of your life, and it's going to feel so good. It's going to bring you joy and gratitude. If you're struggling with self-worth and abundance, it's important to elevate your standards and expectations in all areas of your life. And the key is, while you're working towards them, do not let your current circumstances define your worth. Rather, you define and call in what is worthy of you, not the other way around. On the other hand, if you're not struggling financially, but are stuck in a cycle of constantly chasing after an arbitrary number and are no longer feeling joy and gratitude from your accomplishments or achievements, try shifting your perspective. Establish what having enough looks like for you and shift your focus in incorporating things that bring you a sense of fulfillment. The minute you lose your joy and that sense of gratitude, that is a sign to go back and check in with yourself and figure out why. It is a sign to remember your why and to try to find balance in other areas of your life. So now that we've established the basics of self-love, what it is not, let's get into 6 practical steps that you can take to begin cultivating self-love. Number 1, tapping into the love frequency. In my last video, I shared a story of how I learned to tap into the love frequency and how powerful, transformative, and easy it was to generate this pure, unconditional love energy from within. And I shared that video first because I think it's important to first recognize what pure love energy feels like. Self-love requires a lot of inner work, healing, and time. But when you first get acquainted with the feeling of it, it becomes a beautiful support system in your journey of cultivating love for yourself. And if you haven't watched that video, I'm going to insert an excerpt to get you started. Is to connect with your heart space and invite the energy of love. Close your eyes and just kind of focus your attention to your heart and do what the spirit world suggested. Start by repeating the word love. It's almost like by saying the word repeatedly, it activates that energy within you. Allow that energy to envelope your entire state of being. And then from that space, ask, what is this experience showing me? What wisdom and or lessons can you take away from this to help you navigate the situation in alignment with your highest good and purpose? Just wait for the wisdom, the epiphanies, and the revelations to come to you. And when you receive it, be sure to write it down, journal it, let it marinate. You may actually be pleasantly surprised at how quickly the answers come to you and the immediate shift in your perspective and state of being that follows. Now, if you are someone that is having trouble getting into the feeling of love, perhaps because it was never shown to you in a way that you deserve to feel, I'm going to share a bonus tip that I saved specifically for this video. Depending on what your life experience has been, this may be kind of tricky to initially start. And so my recommendation, if that is your case, is to just imagine what you believe pure energy of love would and or should feel like. Alternatively, you can ask the spirit world, God, angel, spirit, to show you what does the energy of love feel like, and then just wait for the energies and the feelings to start taking over your state of being. In addition, I've linked a free meditation in the description below. It's actually a meditation that I shared on a prior video, but I decided to make it a downloadable file to make it more accessible for you. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about inner child healing. It's actually a topic for my next video, so I'm just going to give you a brief description of it. Inner child healing is actually one of the most effective and beautiful methods of cultivating self-love and self-compassion. It's a journey of understanding that many of us carry wounds from our childhood, moments when we felt abandoned, misunderstood, or unloved. And that can affect how we view ourselves and how we interact with the world around us as adults. Healing our inner child allows us to connect with and reparent our inner child, providing the love, security, and validation that we may have missed in those moments in time. And by doing so, we're able to transform our relationship with ourselves, moving from a place of self-criticism and harsh judgments to one of self-love and acceptance. So with that said, be on the lookout for my next video if this is something that you're interested in. Number 3, setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries help us define what is and isn't acceptable in how others treat us and even how we treat ourselves. It's a form of having self-respect, that our feelings, time, and needs matter just as much as others. It encourages honesty and open communication, leading to deeper and more meaningful connections. And I'll do a separate video on how to cultivate healthy boundaries and some examples to get you started. So stay tuned for that video. Number 4, journaling. Journaling is actually a powerful tool for emotional release and self-reflection. It helps you create a tangible connection to your inner world, offering clarity, relief, and this really deep, profound sense of understanding about yourself. It helps you uncover any hidden thoughts and feelings that shape your self-perception and an outlet to process and release thoughts that do not serve you. And to get you started, here are 5 prompts that can guide your reflections and writing. Number 1, what are 3 qualities I love about myself and why? Number 2, what challenges have I overcome and what did they teach me about my strengths and resilience? Number 3, how can I be kinder to myself, especially on tough days? 4, what does my ideal day of fun look like and how can I make time for it this week? 5, write a letter to your younger self. What words of love and encouragement would you offer? One of the things that I learned is when you're journaling, aside from these prompts, just on a day-to-day basis, I encourage you not to read it back immediately, but to wait at least a couple of days or a couple of weeks. You'll find that rereading your journal entries is almost like reading a diary of your inner child. And you can't help but feel this incredible sense of compassion and love for that child in you. So just embrace how that unfolds for you. And if you're interested, I do have a digital self-love journal, and the link will be provided in the description below. Moving on to the next method, it's none other than listening to affirmative or empowering music. As you may already be aware, music has this incredible way of affecting our emotions and moods. With the right playlist, it can help us feel seen and heard, even when we're alone. It can even help us shift our thought patterns, replacing negative self-talk with uplifting messages and beliefs. In other words, it has a hypnotic effect. And with that understanding, consider choosing songs that make you feel powerful and capable, that you can't help but want to dance to, help you feel seen and understood, or songs that just bring a smile to your face. Over time, integrating affirming and empowering music into your daily routine can transform the way you see yourself. It acts as a constant reminder of your worth, your strength, and your capacity to overcome challenges. I'll be sharing some of my favorite songs in my shorts feed in the coming days and weeks, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And in the meantime, begin to curate your own personal playlist and let it carry you towards a more empowered version of yourself. The right song at the right moment can honestly change your entire outlook on life. Last but not least, another powerful way of cultivating self-love is to take care of your physical health. The reality is, if you're struggling with self-love, chances are you're not really taking care of your health in a way it deserves. If this is the case for you, know that for one, you're not alone. And for two, one of the coolest experiences I've had was tuning into my body and asking what I can do to better support its needs. And this is very important because your consciousness is essentially the command center for billions of cells in your body that are 100% dedicated to serving you. In other words, you are their leader. And as their leader, you have the responsibility of understanding and providing for their needs to help maximize their potential, right? Start by asking your body and your cells in a meditative state what it needs from you, and be very mindful of how you speak to them and about them. They're always listening to your thoughts, and it's going to affect them. So please be kind. And if you've experienced any type of trauma, chances are your body will tell you that it wants to feel safe. And if this is the case, reflect on your current environment and circumstances and evaluate what changes, if any, are necessary. Give yourself permission to remove any people, places, or things that are harmful to you, if at all possible. In addition, ask your body how you can better take care of their nutritional and movement needs. And whatever it tells you, be sure to follow through and prioritize those needs. In addition, be sure to spend time to ground and anchor your spirit with your body and take the right supplements to bridge any nutritional gaps you may have. And regardless of where you are in your fitness journey, love your body. Encourage them the way you encourage your loved ones. Celebrate any progress or milestones that you may hit. You'll be surprised how much your body appreciates those small gestures and kind words that you offer them. And over time, all of this love, compassion, positive self-talk will have a tremendous impact in not only how you feel physically, but how you look and how you show up in the world. It is transformative. With that said, remember that self-love is a journey and not a destination. Each day represents a new opportunity for you to choose kindness towards yourself, to honor your needs, and to celebrate your own uniqueness. Self-love not only transforms the way you view yourself, but how you interact with the world around you. Cultivating self-love builds a strong foundation of inner strength and resilience that will support you tremendously throughout all of life's challenges. And as I've shared in this video, there are many ways to cultivate self-love. And this most certainly is not an exhaustive list, but these are things that I've incorporated that have made tremendous impact for me, as well as for the clients that I've had the honor of supporting. The biggest tip that I have for you is to start small. Choose one of the practices from this video or one that resonates with you and begin incorporating it this week. And remember, small steps lead to big changes. If this video resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might also benefit from it. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos just like this in the future. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and until then, take care.